right, welcome back to the stream, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. And welcome back, everybody, on Teams tonight as well. We have the whole
Good
crew
evening.
back again, which
Good
is
evening,
crazy.
everybody.
Which is crazy. It's Valentine's Day or whatever. Last week we hardly had anybody, and now the whole crew's back on Valentine's Day. That's funny. Welcome back,
Well,
Ed.
hello there. Glad to be back.
Let me get Gabe's pictures loaded here, and then we'll get started with some of these pictures. Make sure I have everybody. All right, I believe so. Yeah. All right, you want to get us started, Ed? Let me throw your pictures up here real quick. That's starting off with the good one. Let me switch the display there. That's a cool model and good color choice once again.
Oh, that's Derpy, I think it's called. That's
What is it
from,
called?
I think it's called Derpy. Derpy, Derpy, I believe. My son asked me to print this for my granddaughter's birthday. She turned 6 yesterday, and we were celebrating her birthday. Actually, we had celebrated her birthday today at so she had some friends. So I printed uh, about 15 of these, 16, I think. Um, I'm not sure where he got the model. He sent them to me. Um, but the kids loved it. Loved it. The entire theme of her birthday was K K-pop Demon Hunter. I don't know if you've heard of them. It's three characters, young ladies. They're demon hunters. So I
It's an
printed a
anime,
couple.
It's an
Yeah,
anime
exactly,
show.
exactly. So I printed several things for her birthday party today.
You're a lot more hip
Uh,
than most of us, Ed.
uh, I didn't select them. It was my son. This is my granddaughter's favorite, and there's a song tied to it. Her favorite song. She sings it all the time. So she had a great time today.
It
So
almost
this
looks
is.
like the Cheshire Cat.
Yeah, it does. It just needs the
uh,
yellow eyes, huh?
in addition to the cat, we'll see a couple other items we printed also for. There was some bookmarks of the same cat. Uh, we'll see that in a few minutes. And some things to color. You can actually, there are three characters. I think there's three demon hunters. Uh, Rumi, I forgot the name of them. We'll see them in a minute.
Oh, wow, cool. Helping hands.
Yeah, this I printed it to be able to use it doing some soldering. I have one, but it's very small, so it's a little bigger. I haven't used it yet. I just printed it, but it came out okay.
I found a
Well,
really good one, or, well, it was Josh Bardwell, if you know drones, like that's Captain Wiki of drones or whatever. But he found like the ultimate little helping hands for soldering two wires together on AliExpress for like $8. If you want that, let me know. And it like holds them right there, ready to go. It's the best one I've ever seen. All of the rest of them are garbage. You can't get them to hold the wires just right when you're trying to solder it together.
hmm yeah, I'm interested. I mean, I haven't tried this one yet. I just printed it, so. But if you have one that you recommend, you want to send me an email
All right.
uh, with a link, that'd be great.
Yeah, I have a couple of different ones of these from building drones and RC cars and stuff. These always come in handy. But I have one specific one just for button two wires together that works really good. But these are good like if you have a little PCB or a little circuit board or something like that, you want to hold it down and then solder a wire to it or something like that, like a little ESP32 or something like that. These are great for holding those down.
These are the three demon hunters.
Demon hunters. Welcome back to the
Yeah.
stream, Renee.
Printed two of these, my two granddaughters. I didn't print for all the kids that were attending today. This is about, I don't know, 8 by 8, something like that.
How many total colors was this? Is looking like almost 8.
I don't recall. I printed this like a week ago. I don't recall how many colors. I think there might have been 8. I don't recall now.
There's a lot.
Yeah, one of my Patreon subscriptions just released flexies of all these little demon hunter things. I didn't know what they were, so I didn't download them or print them, but they seem to be pretty popular.
See, Ed's hip to the game. He's
Yeah.
all over it.
These are clicker, and I printed them. I saw them and I printed them, and I didn't realize that they require to assemble them. They require these keyboard clickers. When you build your own keyboard for the computer, they sell these pieces that go inside the keyboard. This requires that, so I didn't know what it was, and the guy who put it up in Maker's World didn't say you needed to get this, and I found it in a comment later on that somebody said, "Hey, how do you get this to click?" I mean, there's no. I expected to have something that you print out of filament. No, you had to buy this little. So my son knew what it was, and he ordered from Amazon, I think 20 of them. For I think it's like $10, $12. I don't remember how much it was. But the kids, when they got them, they were crazy about it, clicking them, click, 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 click. So that was a in the little bag that each kid received today.
You can print little clickers. They're just little plastic springs, basically. They don't actually click, but they do allow you to press it down. But there are files on MakerWorld for those. They
But
just don't.
Do they fit the actual? Are they designed to fit in the keyboard clicking mechanism? Because the thing with this is, these are designed that they fit exactly. I should have printed the other side. Did we lose the connection here? Is it starting?
No,
there
I
we
was
go.
was pulling up my browser real quick.
Okay. So I should have I should have taken a picture of the inside the way they look. The inside, the outer piece has a little square hole that the mechanism fits in, and then the upper part of it's the one that moves in and out, and it enters the top of the, I should say the bottom of the face of these characters, right in place, and they don't come out, and that would create the mechanism to click, and also it's like a spring motion. I didn't expect to have to buy them. If not, I'm sure I would have printed them, because I printed them, and after I printed them, I didn't find anything to get the damn thing to move in and out. Like right here, the ones that I took the picture here, I hadn't received the keyboard a clicker mechanism. But anyway, they came out great afterward. I had some difficulties with the one on the right, the magenta one. It's like a reddish magenta. the hole inside for the clicker was a little too small, and it wouldn't enter right. My son actually came in. He lives in Louisiana, but he came in for the weekend with my granddaughter and his wife, and he was able to modify the file to be able to reprint it again. And and I had to print one at a time. I couldn't print, several at a time. There's something with the way they were prepared that if you try to recreate more than one, it didn't print right. It printed the face like in two separate pieces. There are like two pieces that were put together. I mean, it's strange. But anyway, he figured it out, and I was able to get them all printed.
The benefit of having 17 printers.
Yeah, no, I have 3. But I mean, they don't take that long. They take like 45 minutes for each face.
But who's
and
counting?
Then and but they were all the kids loved them. They love these little clickers. And this is a maker world. This is the same Derpy, what it was called, but it's a bookmark, and the kids went crazy about this too. I wouldn't have thought they liked this, but they loved it.
Looks like Derpy was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas a little bit.
I think the K-pops are going to be surpassing the, what is it, Labubus?
Oh, there you
the
go.
The Labubus fell off the map.
Yeah. So this is what I printed. Also, I don't know if in the top part there, you'll see that there's a white print with an outline in black, and those are several. There's like maybe 5 or 6 different prints that different styles that I printed that it's meant to be colored. So they're going to be meeting together with some of our friends, and they're going to be coloring some of them. I didn't take pictures of all of them. All this relates to the birthday party.
And Baby Yoda.
Yeah, this for Valentine's, my grandson wanted to take to his class. He's into Star Wars now. I guess he's seeing some of the movies with my son, and the dark side and the light side, I guess. He wanted to give one of each, one of the light side and one of the dark side. But he's more into the dark side, I think. So I had to print like 20 of each for his class.
Everybody has a poster of Vader. Nobody has a poster of Luke Skywalker. Just throwing that out there.
That's true. That's true. But
yeah, but everybody's got a picture of Princess Leia.
Now that's a different story.
I think they're too young for that yet.
Oh wow, these little Vaders turned out pretty awesome. See, you didn't print any Luke Skywalkers, did you? No.
No. I printed Darth Vader, mini Darth Vader, and these the head print separate from the body, and then there's a little pin you can actually use. Magnets, or you can also print a little stud to put the fit a hole in the head and the body, and it keeps it together with a little bit of glue.
Well, you didn't print Princess Leia either.
I'm sorry?
You didn't print Princess Leia either.
No. I that was enough. I mean, I had to print 20 of these and 20 of the other ones, so it's 40. And that's for one grandson. Then my granddaughter wanted some other stuff. We'll see in a minute. So I had to print 20 of each. So it's like 40, another 40. So the printers were busy this week. That's it too. That's for the dark side and the light side. And I wasn't there when they gave them out in class, but they said they loved it. They were asking if I could make more for their brothers and sisters after I made 40 of these.
So yeah, $5 a piece. You sell four, buy yourself a spool.
You know, every time I'm making large quantities like that for a birthday, I'm gonna give them away. I always print extra because I know they're gonna require a few more.
I did print a couple extra, but I printed like 2 extra. I didn't print, they were asking like 6 or 7 or more. So
I usually try to print like 5 extra. If I can fit them, I'll print like 5 or 6 extras. You never know if one of them breaks or something, or a couple of them breaks. You always have extras.
You need 40, you print 50.
Pretty much.
What I do is, I would say I do print the when there's little pieces, like the Darth Vader had something in the chest, and also that had it's white and black that's glued in, and I printed extra of those because they you lose them when they pop out or whatever. The little dogs were originally designed for the boys, and there was a little cat that was designed for the girls. But since I had done both for all the kids, boys and girls, in my grandson's class, I decided to print a little puppy and a little cat for both the girls and the boys in my granddaughter's class. So that was another 20 and 20, like 40 in total. I printed that one. I printed a little extra. I think like 4 or 5 extra.
The little cats turned out cool too.
Yeah, I printed in 2 different colors. I had the 2 printers running, and I didn't have filament and same filament in both printers. But she gave them out. And these the bodies printed separately from the eyes and the nose. I mean, I could have printed them with the eyes and the nose at once, but it would have taken twice the time, and just to pop in this right into the socket and the nose, it didn't take that much time. I think it was like maybe an hour in total printing. So versus, it would have taken like I think these took like almost a day to print, like a dozen of them. These knitted ones take a long time to print, even though they're small.
But
they take a long time.
Outer layer or the outer wall with all of those bumps is a mile long on each layer.
Yeah. So
that's still not bad for 12 of them, though. Like 2 hours each isn't that bad.
12 of them I think took like 20 some hours, 27 hours or so. So I had, and then separate the eyes and the nose, you had to print them separately. I printed these I printed them in, I think the light ones, I printed them on the H2D, and the darker ones in the X1C. But they printed the same. I mean, the quality is the same, both printers.
All right, thanks for sending those in. And in the background, these are the best helping hands for soldering wire that you'll ever find for $7. And these little things, they're the same height, so that makes it real handy. And that's always the issue, is one wire's over the other wire, or whatever, whenever you're trying to use these other helping hands or whatever. And then with their magnet on here, so you can just move them right in the right place, and then it makes it easy to solder.
So that's fixed in place. You move them around.
Yep. These are magnets. Yeah, these are little magnets right there. So yeah, you just put each wire on each side, and then you just move those little magnets and put it exactly where you need it, and then it stays right there. No BS. For $7.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, these are the magic trick on soldering wire. All right, next up is Gabe. So let's talk about your Valentine's Day ladybugs here.
Yeah, so that's a print from a Flexi Factory. They're called the Love Books.
Very cute.
And my son, well, I printed some. My son printed others. So he gave those to all the girls in the class. And he printed.
They print in parts and then you put them together.
So the wings print separate than the rest.
I see, but the rest is printed one piece.
Print in place except the wings.
I see. And the wings open and close. I can see.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we print like 32 of those. They're like 1.5 inches, 2 inches long.
Okay.
So they're on the smaller side, but fun print. Very cute.
Mm-hmm.
How many can you fit on one bed?
Depends on the printer. So I was printing them in the H2C, and I could fit a lot more, but I was doing like 14 at a time. So I did 14 on mine. My son on the X1C did it was like 8, a batch of 8.
Wow.
Something like that. But we could maybe hit it 6. But I could fit more on the H2C, but I just didn't want to have too many at the same time. Because it was just extending the amount of time that they were taking to print.
They turned out good though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
those are really cool.
They look amazing and everyone loved them. So
Oh, I bet.
that's actually really, it's a fun print. And that's pretty much the only print that I have to show today.
All
Because
right.
I was away last weekend, and this week I've been printing some larger stuff that I need to put together. So for next week, I'll have some other stuff to show that I printed this week.
Well, thanks for sending that one in. That one's a banger anyway. All right, next up is Justin. So tell us about some more of these flexies. I think these are some of the ones that you made, right?
Yeah, these are some of the ones that I made and then hand painted. Luckily, I have a tablet screen where I can draw and paint with a stylus directly on the screen, and that makes it way easier than trying to do it by mouse. I can get a lot more fine detail. But printed out these after I made them, and they turned out pretty well. So I've made a few other different animals, and just trying to build up a small library that I can then put online and try to sell some of these.
Just when you say you painted, you don't paint these in Bamboo Studio, right? This is another app.
No, I paint them in Bamboo Studio.
And what do you use to paint with a stylus in Bamboo Studio?
It's a Huron tablet. You can get them on Amazon. They have different sizes. I have the 16-inch, but they have a 19-inch and a 27-inch. It just depends on what you want to pay. I think the 16-inch was like $290 when I got it on sale. And,
but you used Bamboo Studio on that tablet?
Yes, yeah, so it brings up Studio on that little tablet, which is a touch screen. And then he has a stylus that gets way finer detail than your mouse pointer, right? You're using the stylus instead of a mouse pointer on that screen.
Correct. And technically, you could do it on an iPad as well, but I just prefer to do it on the computer because the iPad doesn't have as good of sensitivity.
I was asking. I have an iPad. I don't have, but I would like to try that out. I mean, when I do paint, I use a mouse, and it is a pain in the neck sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely do it on the iPad. It's just the pressure sensitivity with a stylus is way better on a dedicated tablet than it is on the iPad.
You opened Bamboo Studios on an iPad. I thought that was only for a computer.
Well, if you use Mac, if you use Apple computers, you can actually mirror your screen to the iPad and then do it that way.
Yeah, you extend your screen to the iPad. You're not actually using the iPad. You're using the iPad as an extended screen of the Mac.
I see.
Right.
I see. Okay. I got to try that out then.
Yep.
So if you had a Surface, then you could actually use the Microsoft Surface with this stylus.
Correct.
You could. So the difference is like, I think it's called DPI or whatever, or dots per inch or whatever. So it's the resolution of whatever that dot on the screen is. So that dedicated tablet or whatever will make a tiny little dot, or if you press harder, it makes a larger dot, similar to like if you're coloring in with a pencil or something like that, or a pen, where you can kind of use pressure or whatever. Just having a touch screen and a stylus, and that's why Justin's like, you can use an iPad, but there's not as much resolution because it's just a pen on the screen. And same with the Surface, it's just a pen on the screen. It works. It's better than the mouse because you're holding the mouse in a weird way where you can at least hold a stylus or the Apple Pen or whatever in a way like you're drawing. So it is better. So like a Surface with a stylus would be better than a mouse because you're not holding the thing that you're trying to draw with in a crazy way that you've never drawn with before, right? Like who knows how to draw with a mouse all, with your hand all crazy like that.
Exactly.
So it's better, but it's even what Justin is saying is it's even more better, and you can even get greater detail with one of these dedicated tablets, and it's because it can make it smaller and bigger, the little pin size on the screen or whatever. But yeah, with the iPad or with the Surface, it's going to be better than a mouse because you have a stylus and it's more natural to drawing or whatever than your hand being in a crazy position.
Yeah, and Bamboo Studio doesn't take advantage of pressure yet with tablets, but I just use a tablet screen because that's what I'm used to, and it's just easier. I can literally sit at my lap and do it, or I can sit it on my desk and do it. I can adjust the angle of the tablet how I want it.
Pinch to
Where
zoom with
iPad,
your fingers too, right? That makes it way easier.
Yeah, you can set up buttons on the tablet to zoom in and increase and decrease the brush size and all that. So
cool. I got to see if I can try that.
These are more little flexies. I believe these are, except for the Eagle and the Warthog, the Minion was from Maker World. The Eagle and the Warthog came from a Patreon that I'm subscribed to. But I try to keep them all about the same size, and that way I can put them in the shops and stuff. I think the Warthog was printed at 0.18. It was originally supposed to be 0.08, but I changed it to 0.18 just to increase or decrease the time it took to print. And he still turned out pretty good.
Yeah. You only see a little bit of ringing on the back, but
Yeah, I don't really mind the ringing as much
don't
on these
either.
little flexies.
And I
I
mean,
think it,
the rest of it, you don't see, layer. I'd have to really zoom in to get layer lines, but it's pretty smooth outside of that. So, yeah, that's not bad at all. And that sped it up, I'm sure, by double.
oh yeah, if you really dial it down to like 0.08 or even 0.16, I mean, you're adding
Oh,
hours.
yeah, it takes forever.
You're also zooming in. I mean, I'm seeing this in a 60-some inch screen here, so it's hitting my nose, you know.
Yeah.
So and it's probably what, a couple inches inside the entire side. So I mean,
Yeah,
we get to see
from tail to
details.
nose, you're probably about from tail to nose, you're probably about 2 inches.
Yeah, I will tell you, I see more defects on my prints when I see them here when Len puts it up in the screen, because I when he zooms it in, I'm seeing like,
In
you know,
4K on a
oh,
50-inch, which
yeah,
you
yeah,
can't, your eye can't even see as far
and
in as
it
I'm zooming.
and it's 2 inches inside the real one, and I'm seeing like 4 feet.
Yeah, it's 4 foot in size. The layer lines are 6 inches.
Exactly.
That's funny.
And you really don't see them when I take the picture. I don't see is there a little string. When there's a lot of strings, I blow these strings away with HUD or a torch. But if there's one or two, I may not see it, and I see them every time they're up here.
That's why I say whenever you're doing like any of the calibrations or anything, to snap a picture and put it on your computer so you can blow it up on the screen, because you don't see it in your hand or
Exactly.
whatever. But man, if you
Exactly.
snap a picture, put it on your screen, you see every little hair, every little defect,
Yeah. Exactly.
every little thing on there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with the way they turned out. I mean, just for what they are, I mean, they're literally going in the store for like $3 a piece. So I'm not, they're going to be left in the car. They're going to be tossed around. So
Yeah, these are
layer lines
perfect.
doesn't really matter.
Yeah. They'll sit in a kid's pocket and it'll smooth it right out in about 2 days.
Exactly.
Well, these are print in place. Print in
Yeah,
place.
these are all print in place and all printed on the H2D.
Yeah, two
Sometimes
nozzles make.
Yeah, sometimes I'll print them on the H2S, just depending on how many colors it is, because you're really not saving that much time over the H2D if there's not that many colors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is another one that I designed and printed. But yeah, you can really see the little stringing on there. I need to take a heat gun to it.
There's a 4-foot string for you right there.
And I guarantee you had it in your hands and you wouldn't have seen it.
Nope. But when your layer lines are 6 inches thick.
Exactly.
Yeah, Ed just saw the Grand Canyon on a 65-inch TV.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But this was another one that I designed and hand painted in Bamboo Studio and did it. It turned out really well. I mean, for the size that they are, I mean, they're perfect.
Like So which filament?
I hope to design several more. This is another one that I designed as well, and hand painted it in Bamboo Studio, and I was just making a little video because I'm getting ready to announce some of these. So I just made a little video just to show them what it is, because a lot of people don't know what these are. So.
Really cool.
You have a collection of these. How many have you done already?
I've created, I think, 4 or 5 by now.
Yeah.
But with all my Patreons and stuff like that, I probably have 200 or 300 different animals and figures.
That you've actually created yourself?
I've only created about 4 or 5. The rest of them are from my Patreon subscription.
I see. Now I understand. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't know how to create anything. I've created with AI, and they turned out pretty good actually.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. Yeah.
I mean, technically, you can take any animal that lays flat and make it into a flexi.
Mm-hmm.
But these are just ones that I created. I have a sculpt program called, what is it called? I think it's called Sculpt 3D on my iPad, and it allows me to sculpt different animals or different objects, and then I just put the flexi piece in it and make a Boolean operation, and poof, you got a flexi.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Razor Crest from the Mandalorian Star Wars series. This is another kit, snap kit from that same guy I always get stuff from, PB Planes, but it is licensed through Galactic Armory. They just released it yesterday, so I printed it up and just used bamboo silver and sunflower yellow and black, and this thing is pretty good size.
Yeah, that thing's huge.
Yeah, like
each engine is like a soda can. It's huge.
Exactly.
Yeah, I want to say it's like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2, 4, 6. There's 10, 11, 12. About 15 pieces that all snaps together.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. That yellow really pops out of there too. Did you slow down the outer walls or anything for the silver? Or is that just normal?
That's just normal. I thought about slowing them down, but I've had such an issue printing with bamboo silver. It either clogs the nozzle or it's too runny. So I literally just threw it in there and told the fans to kick on at layer 25 and just let it eat. And luckily, this one turned out pretty well.
Yeah, it came out pretty shiny.
Talking about fans, the H2D fan, extra fan, came back on stock. I just ordered it. Supposedly the firmware is coming out this quarter. That's what Bamboo Lab said. It's like $39. So if anybody has an H2D, I don't know if it fits any other of the H series. I think it does. I think it fits the other H series also.
I've just gotten in the habit. I almost always turn my auxiliary fan off for the first 25 layers. And then I, instead of running it at, I think the default 75%, I run it at 20% after the first 25 layers. And I haven't had any issues after that. If I let it run at 75% and do it after the first layer, it never fails. Something always fails on the print.
Yeah, I usually turn it off and keep it off.
All right. Thank you for those photos,
Cool.
Justin.
That's cool. That's a cool print.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Hey, so that's the regular bamboo silver, not the Silk Plus, right?
Correct. I have the original silk, but I only have like 2 spools of it, and I wasn't going to waste it on this if it didn't turn out. But I may try to do one with silk silver, but this is just the normal PLA silver.
Well, it looks really good, just really shiny, just to be the regular silver.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. The Silk Plus I like it much better than just the regular silver. The Silk Plus that came out 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's much better than at least the things that I printed. The Plus is nice, nicer, I should say. But this came out great. I'm surprised this is just silver.
Yeah, it's got a nice sheen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. All right, and last but not least, let's see what Mark has been printing this week. It's already time for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, there you go.
And I found that on Maker's World and just thought it looked kind of neat to print.
Yeah. Is that the bamboo green as well?
Yep. And that's reversible, so doesn't matter which.
Oh, you can flip it over.
Yep. The next picture of that should show him looking the other way. And if you look at it, the buckle facing this way is white. The other one, it's green.
Oh, on his
Animation.
Hat. On his hat.
I see.
It's really cool. That's cool that the buckle's a different color on each side too. It's a cool little touch.
Is what 4 inches, 5 inches tall?
I'd say about 4 inches.
If Len flips back and forth real quick, it looks like he's dancing.
I know.
Bum, 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 dun, 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 dun. That's funny.
I think the copyright on Mickey is no longer valid. I think it expired.
Not on him, but on Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
That's the one. Okay.
Original.
Yeah, I saw an interview. The guy that founded Morgan and Morgan, and he was talking about he did a ad using Steamboat Willie. I don't know the story behind it, but apparently his brother used to work for Disney, and he had an accident, diving accident, and became quadriplegic, or maybe he can't just walk. But anyway, he did an ad using Simone Willie, and he explained that it doesn't have the copyright any longer.
Yeah, the original Steamboat Willie and I think the original Minnie have both come out of copyright.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons every few years Disney makes some minor changes to Mickey so they can keep updating copyrights.
That's what they do? Okay, there you go.
Snakes. Those little snakes.
Now that's just, you print stuff and it's all holiday themed, and after a few days, you put them away. That's just one of those Zen kind of gardens that, you can put it up and you can leave it up all winter, or spring, whatever you want to do. And there's like 4 or 5 different inner pots. It prints in 2 pieces. You print the black frame like you see there, and then you can see the lip in the back. All you do is you take the scene that you want and you slide it into place, and it just locks itself into place.
So you can print different ones and put them in there.
Yep.
That's really cool.
And that was just done on my, X1C, guys. I don't have the good stuff anymore.
The X1C is the good stuff. It's not the great stuff. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're not going to notice any difference in print quality from the X1C
Exactly.
to the X series.
If it would be a total guess, if you were to tell people to guess, it'd be a total guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just the speed of the print and the waste. But I'll be honest, I think the X1C is still an amazing printer. I think it has some better technology than the H2C.
It changed the game. It changed the game for everybody, and it still prints great. It still prints great.
And now they've got that speculation. I'm sure you've heard the rumors, Len, where the new X1, not X1, but the X series. Remember we were all talking about, they said they're going to come out with one. They're saying now that it's supposed to compete with the Snapmaker. So it's supposed to be a tool head changer.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
They
keep coming out with the good, like the H2D was great. The H2C, I was a little bit worried about it, but that thing is amazing. Like everything they come out with it's not just good, it's amazing. Like, and it changes the way, like the H2D, I was like, okay, 2 nozzles, but it like changes the way that you think about printing and like having those 2 nozzles, and then now having the multiple nozzles, it changes the way that you think about printing again. And like going from the Creality to the X1C, same thing. It changed the way that you thought about printing because you could print in different colors now. So each time they iterate it, they change the game in some different ways. So, and I like that these other places or these other companies are trying to compete. And now multi-material is a dime a dozen, but before then it was that stupid palette thing that barely worked, or Kickstarter bamboo, right? And then now look at it, like the market's flooded with that stuff, but it just makes everything else better. It gets us better models, it gets us better things to print, and like all of the competition, like if bamboo wants to stay number 1 on everything, they've got to keep innovating and everything. So I welcome it all, and they
force everyone to innovate.
Park. Go ahead.
Yeah, it forced everyone to innovate.
Yeah, which is just great for all of us. It's just great for all of us.
And the only benefit I have at this point is if I don't want to spend the $2,500 for the combo on the H2C, I have 2 AMSs off of my X1, so I could technically just take one of those AMSs and put it on the H2C and still be able to come out halfway decent, because you're talking about 5 rolls if you count the external.
Yeah, but they don't sell the H2C without a combo.
I don't know yet. I'm wondering, because they did that with the X1. If you remember, it was the combo always, and then I want to say maybe after 6 months to a year, they split it up.
Yeah,
I don't remember when I bought mine. I think it was on the that they have both options. I bought it.
The only way you can get a AMS right now is buying an H2C.
Yeah, you literally have to buy a printer in order to get one.
I know it's almost worth paying the $400 for a P1S or whatever just to get the AMS out of it.
And they're completely discontinuing the P1P. The end of life, I think, is December 2027.
No, they EOL'd it now. That was on my news thing, but the end of service is 2031, 5 years from today.
Yeah, so no more firmware updates unless there's security updates, I believe.
Yep. And then they'll have spare parts till 2031 for 5 years, which is standard in the technology industry. The same.
Yeah. What about the
HP.
X1C? Are they doing until like 2030 for the parts?
I think so. I haven't looked at the X1C, but yeah, the P1P. I think earlier this week they announced the sunset of that, and then 5 years of support from here on out.
Which is not bad.
Yeah,
And,
that's industry standard for most of the technology stuff, but it's good to know, like, you know, even if it's an older thing, that they're still going to have spare parts for it for the next 5 years. So if something goes wrong with it, you can at least, I mean, you can milk every penny that you put into that thing. And that's good. It's good that they're going to be around long enough to do that. And it's good that they're, you know, setting up support for these things for a long period of time. You know, that's what, 8 years? 9 years of total support for that thing. That's pretty good for a 3D printer that's under $500 or, you know, $600, whatever it was.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna have third parties making parts for them anyway.
Big Tree Tech, all of those people all have that. But like by 2031, like, man, that thing's been, I mean, the rods are probably the size of spaghetti by that time. They're so wore, you know, like that thing is going to be wore out. So like, you're definitely going to get your money's worth out of these things with a long support life like that. So yeah, they sunsetted it, but it's good that they're doing that. And hopefully with everything else, they'll do that. And that's just another reason, you know, I see some people complain about Bamboo. You're not going to please everybody. But that's one reason to kind of stand behind this company is, you know, from Kickstarter to now, they've been pretty damn good. And now, you know, they're looking out to support their stuff for, you know, a few years out to come. And again, they're not perfect, and they're growing exponentially fast. So the fact that they can handle what they handle as they're growing so fast is pretty amazing. But yeah, stand by it for another 5 years is pretty good, because I mean, what Creality printer is going to last more than 5 months? Without, you know, like, and that, just being for real. And all you're going to need to do is just change the stuff in the tool head and the tubes. The PTFE tubes are going to wear out or whatever. You'll need to replace those, and then the extruder and everything. And the nozzles.
Yeah, and the PTFEs, they're going to have
and
to
they have
make
all of that. So, like, that's crazy. Till 2031.
Yeah, but even the PTFE tube, you can just buy a big roll of that on Amazon and cut it to length.
Yeah, that ain't going to EOL anytime soon.
Or you can just
like,
buy
that's
it
the only, what else are you
going
to, and maybe the belt, you might need to change the belt. Like, what else are you going to change? Are you going to need to change in the next 5 years? The extruder stuff and the thing, the PTFE tube's probably going to wear out a couple of times. And what else? The belt.
But have they announced anything on the X1C? Have they made an announcement like they did in on the B series? I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen anything, but I could have missed it. They could have already announced the end of life on
I haven't seen anything either.
No, I haven't either.
There's supposed to be something coming out in March or April, some announcement, but like I said, the speculation from some of the content creators that I watch is that the new X1 is going to go head to head with the Snap SnapMaker UI.
You mean SnapMaker's going to go head to head with Bamboo?
Yeah, well, I mean, however you want to look at it. but instead of being,
hey, they're on top. They're firm on top of the hill right now. I would say. I'd say there's a lot of people nipping at their heels, but they are firmly implanted on top of the hill right now.
Instead of having it swapping out with the vortex system like the C, it's supposed to be, separate tool heads. So we'll see. I mean, that's just speculation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
I don't
what
think
would
they're
be
gonna
nice
announce-
is the vortex on both sides or whatever on each nozzle.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Justin.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, I don't think they're going to announce anything on the X1C until they bring out the new X series. Once they bring out the new X series, then they'll announce the end of life for the X1C.
Yeah, because they have the P2S or whatever, right? Is it the P2S or whatever? So they can EOL the P1P, but there's nothing really to replace the X1. But it'll be interesting.
You can't buy it anymore, though. The X1. If you look on their website, it's no longer available.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't been available since like October or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I know someone that wanted to buy one and they were already discontinued.
Once the P2S came out, the X1 was taken off of their website.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I don't know if they've officially end of lifed it or not, or EOL'd it.
They already announced, I think, the firmware is going to be until like 2027 or something like that, or 2029.
Oh, they did? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so we had this conversation like a few months ago. Let me try to find it.
I know you couldn't buy it, but I hadn't heard that they had announced when they were going to stop supporting it.
Yeah, they announced that even before they discontinue it.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't remember that.
Yeah, but we're still... Yeah, again, the rods in that thing are going to be the size of spaghetti. They're going to be wore out so much. Like... And again, the things that you got to change are not... Again, a belt's not that bad. The extruder stuff is fairly easy in the X1C, even though it's way easier on the other ones. It's still not that bad on that one. And again, the tubing, and that's just all normal maintenance stuff. But man, if you can get that thing to last till 2027, 2028, you're doing something with that thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think close to 11,000 hours on my original X1C, and then I picked up that other one before they discontinued selling it in the U.S. And I picked it up
that you're even contemplating that thing can last that long is insane to me. For a 3D printer under $1,000, come on, man.
And mine is just turning over to 7K per hours. So
yeah, what other 3D printer that's what I mean. They're firm. They got firm roots in the top of that hill, firmly planted. Because no other printer are you talking about snap whatever is going to snap at 2,000 hours, right? It's going to snap something like there's like that, and that's just the thing, like 7,000, 10,000. These things are probably 20, 25,000 hour printers.
Yeah. If I get 15 to 20,000 hours out of my original X1C, I'll be happy.
Yeah,
and I have that. I have a brand new X1C that already has 3,000 hours on it. So.
And it's insane and there's still quality after thousands and thousands of hours. That's why I say they're firmly planted on top of the hill. It's going to take a lot to dethrone them. But again, all of that innovation is what's helping to drive all of this stuff, and their innovation has helped to drive a lot of this, I think, as well. But it'll be interesting to see what they do there, and we'll see what it does. It's been cool so far, for sure. It's really cool so far to enjoy the ride with Bamboo, to be honest. They've done some cool stuff and continue to do some cool stuff. All right, that's all the photos that we have for this evening. There will be a video tomorrow, but it will be probably in the evening, not at the normal time slot. So I'll see everybody then. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for sending in all the pictures, guys. Appreciate it. I'll see everybody tomorrow. I'll see everybody next week on the stream. Have a great weekend,
Have a
everybody.
good one, guys.
Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys.
Just to add really quickly, so May 31st, 2027 is the guaranteed bug fixes for X1C.
2027.
May 31st, 2027, bug fixes and security patches until
What about spare
July
parts?
13th.
That's the big thing, is spare parts.
I can't find that one, but I know it was somewhere.
Yeah.
So it was like 2 more years or something like that.
That's cool. All right. Have a good one, everybody.
Take care, everyone. Bye. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.